Alright, so if you were like me growing up and you were a chunkier kid and you were trying to lose weight, you've probably heard the old adage of calories in, calories out. And it's pretty self-explanatory. If you burn more calories than you eat, you would lose weight, and if not, if you ate more calories than you burn, you would gain weight. Pretty simple, except I sucked at calorie counting. I hated it. I hated using all the apps and tracking my calories and macros. So I set out to implement my own set of processes and principles to lose weight that worked out for me. And as I got older, I started to research the science behind these processes, and I realized that it's definitely not just a me thing. I didn't just get lucky. There's a lot of research suggesting that these processes are just as, if not more important than your diet itself. So if you couldn't already tell by now, by this expert drawing of a bed I drew here, this video is going to be about the impact of sleep on your ability to lose weight. Sleep is crucial for a vast number of reasons that I'm not going to be able to talk about all in this video, but specifically we're going to be talking about the sleep's impact on your metabolic health and thus weight loss. So without further ado, let's get into it. One of the most universally challenging aspects of weight loss is fighting the returning hunger pangs throughout a diet. This struggle was particularly challenging for me during my midnight snacks when I would often eat entire pints of Ben & Jerry's at midnight. These feelings of satiation and hunger are governed by two hormones called leptin and ghrelin. Leptin, known as the satiety hormone, signals a feeling of fullness and suppresses appetite when present in high levels. Conversely, ghrelin, the hunger hormone, triggers feelings of hunger and can leave you feeling ravenous when levels are elevated. These two hormones act in parallel as opposing forces in body mass homeostasis. To prove this, we'll turn to one of the heroes of the story, Dr. Van Cauter, a professor of endocrinology at the University of Chicago. In one of her studies, healthy participants were divided into two groups. One received only 4 hours of sleep per night for 2 nights, while the other enjoyed a full 10 hours of sleep each night. All other variables, including diet, exercise, and age, were carefully controlled for. The results revealed a significant decrease in mean blood leptin levels, coupled with a notable increase in mean ghrelin levels in the sleep-restricted group, despite identical caloric intake. This perturbed balance of both leptin and ghrelin leads to a heightened appetite and consequently weight gain. Moreover, these findings have been replicated in numerous other experiments, some with even less severe sleep restrictions. But does feeling more hungry actually translate to eating more? Well, yes. In a similar study also conducted by Van Cauter, sleep-restricted individuals were found to eat approximately 300 more calories a day than their counterparts. And although this number might sound insignificant, akin to adding just one more granola bar to your daily intake, it accumulates significantly over time. An extra 300 calories a day is approximately an extra 70,000 calories a year, which approximates to about 10 to 15 extra pounds a year. Like everything, weight loss is a marathon, not a sprint, and these seemingly small effects can culminate in substantial weight gain over time. So I previously mentioned that I had a massive sweet tooth, especially when it comes to my midnight snacks, and I am not kidding. I used to eat about 4 pints of Ben & Jerry's a week. Like my trash can was a graveyard of empty ice cream tubs. I'm sure many of you have very similar experiences. When we go for a snack during the witching hour, we're usually not busting out the almonds or avocados. We're usually reaching for sugary, high-carb foods. And it turns out this is not a coincidence. In yet another study produced by Van Cauter, 23 healthy young individuals experienced both a night of normal 8 hours of sleep and a night of monitored sleep deprivation, or an all-nighter. Throughout these nights, participants were presented with 80 different foods spanning various food groups from fruits and vegetables to ice cream and donuts. Their brain activity was closely monitored via MRI scans during this process. The findings revealed that regions in the prefrontal cortex responsible for reasoned decision-making were dulled by sleep deprivation. Conversely, the amygdala, the more primal part of our brain linked to motivation, was heightened. This shift from a more deliberate to a more hedonic decision-making process was expressed in the participants' food's cravings. On average, the participants wanted an extra 600 calories worth of food when sleep-deprived compared to when fully rested. Our ancient ancestors evolved to seek out the most calorie-dense foods to store energy effectively in case of scarcity. Unfortunately, in today's industrialized, food-abundant societies, this adaptation has led to detrimental effects on our waistlines. Ensuring that you get adequate sleep is vital to preventing the ape within us from taking control. Fortunately, evidence suggests that a full night of sleep can repair the communication pathways between the amygdalas and prefrontal cortex, allowing our higher cognitive functions to rein in our primal urges. So as an avid gym rat, perhaps the cruelest discovery for me was learning the impact that sleep deprivation has on the nature of our weight loss. When we are sleep deprived, the type of weight loss we experience is far less desirable. A study featured in the Annals of Internal Medicine illustrates this starkly. 10 obese individuals were placed on a calorie-restricted diet for 2 weeks. However, one group received 8.5 hours of sleep each night, while the other managed with only 5.5 hours of sleep each night. Both groups experienced similar overall weight loss, but the manner in which this weight was shed differed significantly. The sleep-deprived group saw a staggering 60% increase in the loss of lean muscle mass, coupled with a 55% decrease in fat loss. Those numbers are not pretty. In essence, dieting while sleep-deprived will lead to weight loss, but it will predominantly come from the sacrifice of muscle. A fate far worse than death for any self-respecting gym rat. Under the strain of sleep deprivation, the body becomes reluctant to relinquish fat stores. This could be attributed to the surge in stress hormone, cortisol, which promotes the breakdown of protein in muscle tissue, being a catabolic substance. For those of us dedicated to our fitness routines, neglecting sleep could undo all of our hard-earned muscle gains. And so as much as dieting and hitting the gym is essential, if you're not sleeping, it doesn't mean anything. Prioritizing quality sleep is crucial. Alright, so if I haven't made it abundantly clear already, sleep is absolutely crucial for a variety of reasons, including weight loss. Unfortunately, sleep is often disregarded and undervalued in our modern industrialized societies, leading to a plethora of weight issues. The connection between sleep deprivation and weight gain is frequently overlooked to the detriment of dieters everywhere. Hopefully, this video has convinced you that sleep is a vital part of weight loss that helps you lose weight without having to resort to counting calories. I plan on making a series of videos talking about strategies I implemented for losing weight without counting calories, so if that interests you, stay tuned for more. But until then, have a good one guys, and I'll see you later.